good night. We ride this life. Woke up, all in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Let's go. Deep breath in, hear the crowd you can't see. Every little pixel part of this big scene. Hands on keys and a beat in my chest. We make something wild from a simple day. Woke up, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. Woke up, all in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Let's go. One name, one flame, we all lean in. New friends, old friends, let the stream begin. Go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. All in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Let's go. Woke up, Woke up, vamos, we're about to start. Pull up a chair, bring your head and heart. Screen lights up, you found your spot. Chat wakes up, throw your name in the pot. We're here now, gonna ride this spark. From a quiet room to a roaring heart. Woke up, vamos, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. Woke up, vamos, all in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Woke up, vamos, let's go.
Deep breath in, hear the crowd you can't see. Every little pixel part of this big scene. Hands on keys and a beat in my chest. We make something wild from a simple desk.
Woke up, vamos, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. Woke up, vamos, all in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Woke up, vamos, let's go.
One name, one flame, we all lean in. New friends, old friends, let the stream begin.
Hey! Woke up, vamos, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. Woke up, vamos, all in. Come on in, let the stories begin. If you're here, then you're part of the show. Woke up, vamos, let's go. Woke up, vamos, we're about to start. Pull up a chair, bring your head and heart. Screen lights up, yeah, you found your spot. Chat wakes up, throw your name in the pot. We're here now, gonna ride this spark. From a quiet room to a roaring heart. Woke up, go live. Turn it up, let the moment arrive. From the first hey chat to the last good night. We ride this life. Woke up, all
Hear the crowd you can't see.
Those people in chat.
Every little
Let's
pixel
get this show on
part
the
of this
go.
big scene.
Ballyho, good morning. Loads of people in chat here. I see Brad was in here a minute ago. Ballyho, good morning, Brad. Or good afternoon or evening, whatever it is. Oh, it's a bit getting blown out by the light. I'll sort that out in a minute. Welcome in, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they, thems, Z-Zims. I said, I almost forgot my thing. Z-Zims, cats, dogs, gods, and demigods. We got something a little bit different this morning. We're doing a little bit of politico, but it's gaming politics. So, hey, two birds, one stone. Right, let me just go over to the recycler. Who we got in here? Let's have a little look first. David is in. David, you don't forget, you've got to go to your youth club today, haven't you, David? He's on the Twitches there. Arturo TV is back on. Good morning, Arturo. How are you, sir? John Boy is in. Oh, John Boy's always in. I've seen Brad in here earlier. Where is he? Brad from the building the Arctic Wall there. Building the wall in the North Pole. Great stuff. Not long now till you're back home, Brad. Good stuff. We missed you. Ronnie definitely missed you last night. He was playing a bit of Rocket League. But the problem is 6 o'clock in the morning is too late for me to be playing Rocket League when I've got to get up and do a stream. I'm already a little bit late this morning. 10 minutes. Right. I'm going to go to the recycling centre. Give me 2 seconds while I get things ready. I just need to shut this curtain because I'm getting blown out. I'm literally getting pastified by the sun here. You know, us vampires, we don't like the sun that much. So, just give me 2 seconds. Right, that's a little bit better. How is everyone this fine Saturday morning? David says, I've been playing Far Cry 5 and 6 at the same time. Well, that gets confusing, doesn't it? How you find that? Far Cry 5 is one I do want to stream. I'll have to check when it's on the deal. I tell you what I bought last night. At an impulse buy, I got it quite cheap. I got for £18, I got a copy of the new Marathon by Bungie. I was reading the reviews and they were like really good. And I was like, oh, I haven't really had a play of it yet. I need to sort out the controls and everything. Right, so what we're going to get. Brad, here he is. Here's the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. He always says he will be better when I get back, but it never happens. If anything, it gets worse, I think. David, Far Cry 5 is really good. I tried New Dawn. It's not that good. Yeah, New Dawn was... so it's considered that New Dawn was supposed to be a DLC for Far Cry 5. And what they did, they made it just big enough they could sell it as a standalone. Typical bad... Ubisoft needs to shoot their upper management. Just get rid of the top 50 people in Ubisoft need to go. Keep all the software engineers, all their game designers, all their graphic artists, all their, get rid of some of the story writers and get some new unwoke ones in. And it'd be great. Go back and get the old story writers in. The ones that did things like Black Flag and things like that. Have you noticed now Ubisoft aren't making any new Assassin's Creed games? They're essentially recycling all their Assassin's Creed games now. So Black Flag's going to get recycled. I would say that the French one will get a massive update as well. Unity, I reckon Unity will get a recycle afterwards. I reckon the London one will probably get a recycle. The one, that's why I didn't like the London one. That was a poor Assassin's Creed. Right, anyway, let's get over to what we're going to watch. So I'll give you a little bit of forewarning. This is the European Union. Don't like this place very much, but to be fair to them, they have been quite good on some of the what would the word be? Consumer rights. And what they're doing here is they're listening to a group called Stop Killing Games, and essentially they're games against companies like EA, they're against Microsoft, they're against Sony, they're against Ubisoft, did I say Ubisoft? They're against those great big companies that think that they can that you can no longer buy a game and own a game, but essentially a game is only around as long as they think you should own it. and you never own a game. And what Killing Games is saying, no, when someone buys a game, they should be able to have that game. You put it on a hard drive. If you don't own the physical version, you should be able to own a version you can put on a hard drive or put on a cloud server, grab it at any time. If the company that owns it can't be bothered to maintain it and look after it, it should be, when they give it up, when they give up the game, when they say, oh, we're no longer supporting the services of this game, it should be patched and enabled that you can then still play the game if it's got a single player. So I'll give you an example. The game The Crew, a game I've actually got on disc there that I paid full price for, I can no longer put that disc in my PlayStation and play that game. It got removed. And in fact, there was a video of me on YouTube playing it on the last day. It was you could play it, and I just managed to finish the campaign, because there's a campaign in the game. It's got a single player campaign. And it's like, if you didn't finish it that day, you'd never have finished the game. And it's actually a really good single player driving campaign. Anywho, one of my favourite games, The Crew. Game where you drive all around America. You can go to everywhere, like Las Vegas, you can go to LA, you can go to New York City, Grand Canyon, go to all the different little Area 51s in it, you know, all stuff like that. Anyway, right, let's get on with this thing. Stop jibber-jabbering. Okay. Right, here we are. Get ready for some fun. So obviously she's going to be doing a little bit of an introduction to this. Let me just make sure the volumes are all loud.
Consumer protection framework to address
turn them
some
up.
of the concerns identified more effectively. And this is just one of the angles we are studying prior to our reply, which is due, as you know, for the end of July. So this is why at this stage we are not taking a position on the
Have a good fun.
specific
Have a
solution
good time in News
proposed.
Club,
We are
David. We'll see you
carefully
later.
analyzing all dimensions of this initiative, and I'm sure that many of the exchanges today will bring us new avenues for reflection. So thank you,
I don't know why
Mrs.
this
Chair.
guy's got a
We are
plaster
now
on his
very
head.
much looking forward to the presentation of
Oh,
the
you can't see 'cause the
organizations,
chat's in the way.
organizers,
Hold on.
and of course, of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your introductory statements. Indeed, we are very much looking forward
My
to
emoji's
the
not working again. No, nothing
discussion.
new there.
As I said, such a citizens' initiative are vital instruments of participatory democracy, enriching the debate by bringing citizens' voices directly into
What name is
the
that?
legislative process.
Hyuchiyuk.
I hope that discussion
Hyuchiyuk.
today will help us to ensure
Just like someone's
that
throwing random Scrabble
innovation
letters in
continues
on
to
a
serve
piece of
both
paper. That is.
creators and users fairly. The organizers
Hey,
of the
playing
initiative
H
are
Rabbit. How you
presented,
been, man? I missed
today.
you, man.
With us, we have Mr. Daniel Ondruska. Welcome, Mr. Ross Scott, Mr. Moritz Maximilian Kanzner. Also welcome to you, gentlemen, Mr. Alberto Hidalgo Cerizzo.
Right, they're just
and,
saying, well, let's see if I can
Mr.
fast forward this
Machin,
bit.
to the program. You have the floor.
Yeah, here we go.
Ladies and
So this is the
gentlemen,
guy.
It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Daniel Ondruska, and I am the representative of the ECI Stop Destroying Video Games. And for our purpose, it stands in the title, honestly. We are trying to prevent video games from being destroyed. We see video games not only as part of our culture, but also as products, and in both cases, worthy of preservation. But unfortunately,
Agreed.
the practices in the
100%
video
there
games
are.
industry are hindering.
If someone was going
both of
around
these
fucking
and
burning the
threatening,
Mona Lisas and
video
all the
games as a
art, they'd
medium.
soon have a fucking word
What
to
we
say,
hope
wouldn't
to
they?
achieve today for you is to explain the problem, what we have done to try to fix it at least, and why we believe new regulation or new rules are necessary.
I agree.
Just as it was mentioned in the beginning, we are representing European customers and consumers who have not had a voice on this issue for a very, very long time, and therefore we are very, very thankful that you are hearing us out today. And I would say that we could start with the slide deck, and I would then hand over to my colleague Ross Scott.
Ooh, we're getting a little slide deck, are we? Nice. Are we going to see that?
Hello, I am the founder of the Stop Killing
Oh,
Games consumer movement,
I
which has
follow
many
this
shared
guy.
goals with the initiative. I'd like to clarify what it means to destroy a video game.
Isn't this like heavy metal
the
gamer?
second slide. When we say a game has been destroyed, what we mean is a publisher has permanently
used to follow this
disabled
guy
all
on YouTube
copies of
years
it
ago.
that have been sold so
I'm
no
sure
one
it's
can
called
ever
like
play
Heavy
them
Metal
again.
Gamer or something
It would
like
be
that.
like removing every single copy of a book or film in existence, effectively erasing it from the culture. The way this practice works is first a publisher sells a copy of a video game. However, it has been designed so that it must connect to the publisher in order to function. This acts as a potential kill switch. The customer is also given no information when the game will stop working, even though the publisher has decided to assume that responsibility. Then, after an undisclosed length of time, the publisher disables all existing copies of the game, but keeps the customer's money. The publisher also enacts countermeasures to ensure repairing the game. To ensure repairing the game is almost impossible, even for experienced software professionals. From this point onward, no customer can ever run the purchase again. Besides destroying the game, this practice is also subverting customer expectations. Most video games can work indefinitely, which has been the customer standard for half a century, including ones that connect to the internet. Alternately, a small number of video games operate as subscription services, but those inform the customer exactly when their access ends at the time of payment. The games we're referring to do no such thing. It's a bit of miscommunication. They almost always contain terms stating they can end at any time for any reason. What this means is customers have no real protections when they buy games like these. They are unable to keep them and they are not informed when they will end. This behavior would be outrageous in other industries. If you bought a book in a store, the publisher cannot come into your home and take back your book at will. If you bought an insurance policy, you would be informed when that policy ends, not that the seller could end it at any time for any reason, but still keep your money. The games being sold this way are operating similar to scams. Publishers know customers expect video games to last, so they sell these in the same way as ones that can work forever, as a one-time purchase with no expiry date.
It's nice for they actually let an American speak in the European court. What's it called? European Parliament. So that's quite good. But I think most parliament, I think even the American parliaments sometimes have people from around the world to speak. So, and some congressional hearings, I think we've heard people outside of America speak as long as they're experts in it. So,
then price them the same. Publishers know that if customers were informed exactly when they plan to disable their games, that would reduce sales, since the longevity of a game affects how much customers are willing to pay. The industry is trying to have it both ways, finding ways to say they're selling you a game that they're not selling you. This creates confusion for everyone involved and is part of why it's taking customers so long to get exposure on this practice. The legality is also unsettled. Earlier, members of Parliament assisted us in asking questions to the EU Commission about how legal the terms and game license agreements were, especially being able to terminate them at any time for any reason.
Let's pause it. I'm going to pause this. I just want to read this. Many video games say this. Oh, he's just reading this, I think. One, are video games that are sold with no expiry date considered goods? Services. I was right. These are the questions they want to ask the Parliament. So are video games that are sold with no expiration date considered goods, services, and or licenses? And what are the criteria for their classification? Can a customer contract that imposes terms to play the video game according to which its publisher may change the terms of the original contract without notice, may terminate the agreement without notice at any time for any or no reason, require the user to destroy all copies of the video game in their possession upon termination, specifies no time frame during which the video game will remain operable, while reserving the right to deprive the customer of it at any time, be considered in accordance with Directive 93/13/EEC, and if so, which of these terms are in accordance and why. So in other words, this directive here is a piece of legislation that protects consumers, and the video game industry is operating outside of that protection. And does copyright law allow right holders to deliberately render all copies of a video game sold without an expiration date inoperable for legitimate customers, and if so, why? So I'll give an example of this: the Forza games. So you can no longer buy Forza 4 from Microsoft because they've what's the word I'm looking at? Their copyright off the cars and some of the music in that game has stopped. So, but you should still be able to get a copy of the game. It shouldn't matter. So what they're trying to say is, like, even though the copyright for Microsoft has died, that doesn't mean like the people shouldn't be able to buy the game. It shouldn't no longer exist. Anyway, right, let me just carry on now. I just want to read that because this is quite important. This is what they're trying to clarify from the European Union and see if the laws regarding video games can be changed. And they do need to be. Problem with video games is they've been self-regulating. And the companies have got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they're now conglomerate. They're bigger than the film industry. And their self-regulation does not work. Right.
The Commission stated Directive 93/13 EEC prohibits unfair terms causing a significant imbalance in the parties' rights and obligations to the detriment of consumers. The Commission also recommended consumers file complaints with businesses across member states through the European Consumer Centers network. In 2024, we had volunteers across the majority of EU countries submitting complaints against the French company Ubisoft for disabling the game The Crew. The responses we received from the
I'm getting like Mr. Rotella here with American politics. Yeah, I got the fucking copy of the game on the shelf. Hopefully one day it'll be worth a small fortune.
ECC network were extremely inconsistent. Some officials said there was nothing they could do. Others said the company was required to run the game indefinitely, which is unrealistic. But the majority stated there was no clear regulation on this practice. We were independently able to get thousands of complaints submitted to consumer agencies in France and Germany, but there still has been no decision on them on the legality either. To the best of our knowledge, no one in the EU has ever been compensated for this and hundreds of other titles.
So these are other ones they've done. So Crows, Marvel Avengers, I remember that one, Marvel Avengers, Defiance. What's the one I've got? One of the games I've got, I love, EA one that they got rid of. The one where you like flying robot thing. Fucking great game. Can no longer play it. And I was in the middle of playing it as well when they turned it off.
In short, governments in EU countries are not sure how to handle this situation, and customers are overwhelmingly not being compensated for the loss of their purchases. It is an ideal situation for clear regulation. This is not a new practice. It started approximately 2005 and began negatively impacting customers for them around 2010 onward. However, it often affects a minority of customers whose complaints can get lost in the system. It wasn't until a large case affecting millions that any attempts to get government attention were possible, and there still is no answer. The EU Commission says this must be handled on a case-by-case basis, but this practice is extremely widespread. Future slides. We have formed an amateur study examining over 1,100 video games that require a connection to the publisher. The majority of these have been deliberately disabled by the publisher, with many of the rest still at risk of being destroyed.
So just to give an example of a game that is at risk would be Grand Theft Auto 5. That game, the online part of that game, you have to be connected to Rockstar. I think even the main campaign, you've got to be connected to Rockstar to play it. So, yeah, and that is like multiple, I think it's sold like 150 million copies. So,
under the strictest interpretation of what it means to disable a game, the study found that out of over 400 titles, publishers disable a customer's purchase 93.5% of the time when ending support. This business practice is responsible for more destruction to the medium than anything else by an enormous margin. There is also a strong correlation between this practice and the size of the publisher, as most small studios do not engage in it, as it requires far more resources, work, and liability than they can handle. So even though this impacts a minority of games, it disproportionately affects customers due to the scale of the largest offenders. From sales figures, it impacts tens of millions of customers, minimum in the EU. This impacts developers as well. This may seem obvious, but based on interviews and feedback, we found the majority of game developers do not support having games they've worked on destroyed. They can spend years of their lives creating them, but they are often not the ones making these business decisions, and sometimes even sign non-disclosure agreements so they cannot voice their opinion on the matter. The main point I hope that does not get lost in this hearing is this initiative welcomes any solution that will solve the problem of video games being destroyed on this scale. We want this to be as easy and as practical as possible for all parties involved and are very open to how that is achieved. We are not even asking publishers to change their business or monetization models, only that once they end support, they do so in a responsible way. Our only goal is to prohibit this destructive practice and thus obtain basic protections for consumers and the medium as a whole.
100% agree. 1000% agree.
Next, I would like to address you.
It should be built into the game when they make it, but they should have a kill switch button. When they finished the support for the game, they literally, one last update, everyone gets that update. That update stays on a server somewhere that it can always be updated or put somewhere where someone can always access that update, either by USB. And then that game then is playable offline. Simple. It's a simple solution.
Honourable members on a huge issue that we faced during the campaign, especially the start of the campaign, the fact that the whole discussion is very unclear because the technical solutions are so difficult and there's also a lot of pushback by the industry. So I'd like to raise to some proposals we've seen from the industry to masquerade as proposals, but are simply unrelated to our issue wholly. Some examples of these are clear labelling, minimum support times, and voluntary end-of-life plans. These are not solutions, nor are these even compromises. They do nothing to fix the problem of games being destroyed in its essence. As far as labelling goes, most customers are aware of the problem, but each game is unique creative work and technical work. There is no substitute for each one any more than a book or a piece of music can be substituted for another. Their uniqueness is the entire appeal. So customers can feel carried into license agreements they would otherwise never agree to because they have no other option if they wish to experience the game.
Number of times I've seen the thing, I used to read them all at one time, you know, like all that stuff that comes before you play a game and you just hit accept nowadays. There was a time where Wokko used to read every single thing on there. And then at the end, I'd be like, I don't agree with that. But if I press no, I can't play the game. I've just paid 50 quid for this game, or 40 quid or 30 quid or whatever for the game. I've got to press yes. There is no, it's a pointless option. And that in itself should be illegal. What's the point in a democratic yes or no decision if you can only answer one of the above? Would you like to live? Yes or no? Press no, they shoot you. That's more or less the decision, isn't it?
They are agreeing in absence of any alternative to playing games. As for minimum support times, this is unrelated to our issue. The same goes for notices of when games being shut down. We have no problem with publishers ending support at all. Anytime they wish, we only ask that they do so in a responsible and reasonable way. Finally, the option of voluntary end-of-life plans is quite literally the state where we're in now. While we appreciate when this does happen, our research shows it happens only about 4 to 6% of the time, and these conditions are exactly what led to getting over 1 million EU citizens to sign the initiative itself, requesting the EU government to address the problem. Appealing to government is not our first attempt to solve this. There have been multiple attempts coordinating thousands of people to contact companies such as EA or Ubisoft, a European company from France now residing in Canada, so far as back as 2016. In every instance, there was a refusal by companies to allow customers to retain their purchase, in some cases even actively taking their games from their libraries. Next slide, please. A statement made by the European...
Let me just pause that. I think I might go to this view. That one? There we go. Let's go to this view, because we're doing a bit of politics. The answer is don't kill any game, make it open source. Yeah, absolutely. This is more or less what they're asking for. They're asking for an end of life, like final Like the Crew now, I should be able to put the Crew in my PlayStation. It should be able to load up. I should be able to play it. I don't have to have other people online in my game. I should just be able to still drive around the map, which is all on the disc. All the data for the game is on the disc.
Lobby group, Video Games Europe, of which companies like EA, Ubisoft, Roblox and others, so the really big players in the video games industry here in Brussels and globally, are part of, about the movement, has said as much. They not only mischaracterized what was being asked for with endless support, something the movement has never sought, but also claimed one of the reasons for disabling customer purchases is that they represent competition to official versions. I translate this. It is a business model to shut down the game to get players to play their next game.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly
Next
what it
slide,
is.
please. We're exclusively talking about games where official versions are disabled. In other words, the industry is claiming that customers playing old games could reduce sales for new games, thus they should be free to disable their purchase. Not only do we disagree with this reasoning, but we find this entire stance extremely customer hostile and unacceptable in regards to what the European Union outlines as its purpose and its track record of protecting its consumers and outlining clear market rules. So there is no uncertainty for companies, which could also harm innovation, especially for smaller studios. Their stance has been very consistent that customers are not entitled to keep their games purchases, nor be informed when they will be taken back from them. We're happy to work with publishers in solving this problem in any way that addresses their concerns, but there's been a flat refusal by the publishers, and I must press this. There is no monolithic industry. It is the big publishers in the most part, and even there from Poland, GOG, the creators of Cyberpunk are an exception to this issue, large exception to this issue.
Yeah, big shout out to GOG. They are part of this Stop Killing Games. If they can get hold of a game, they release the what's it called now? You know, like the anti-cheat. They take the anti-cheat, or the DRM they call it, digital rights management, out of the game. They put it on their store. Once you have a copy of that game on your hard drive, you can then like copy it into your other hard drives. Fine. GOG is great for that.
Have exhausted all other avenues for trying to get this problem solved, hence why we're here today. It is our sincere hope that the honourable members and the Commission are going to be able to find reasonable solutions that for all parties involved.
Thank you very much. Greetings, Your Honours. Thank you for your attention. I'm Professor Alberto Hidalgo Cerezo at University San Pablo CEU, Madrid, a PhD in law, Jean Monnet professor dedicated to consumer law harmonization, especially on digital consumers. I'm a member of European Law Institute as well, among any other associations. We're getting a little bit short on time, so I'll be fast with my intervention. Thank you. It is based on 3 basic points. First one, we've got it on the screen right now. We're seeking for a rebalance, for an adequate consumer protection in the digital single market. We are addressing what we consider an unfair practice. When a game is functional, it should not cease to function as a result of a deliberate and avoidable decision. This raises concerns on planned digital obsolescence, where products are rendered unusable despite remaining technically viable. Under the current framework, national authorities are reaching divergent solutions, which undermines legal certainty for the EU consumers and fragments the digital single market. In the lack of an action, we may end up reaching incompatible solutions among the 27 countries. There is thus a clear need for harmonizing rules, a common European approach necessary to ensure fairness and consistency. Second, please, next slide. Second, European Union as a global leader in consumer protection. Nowadays, it is almost impossible to develop as a full citizen without being a consumer, even more a digital consumer. We all buy goods and services in our daily lives, taking part in the single market with a high level of protection. In the end, it's easy to see, protecting European consumers is protecting European citizens. Primary EU law remains constant in securing a high level of protection for consumers at the maximum legislative level in the EU law. For instance, Charter of the Fundamental Rights of the European Union, Article 38, Union policies shall ensure a high level of consumer protection. Or the Treaty of Functioning of the European Union, Article 12, consumer protection requirements shall be taken into account in defining and implementing other
I'll put
union
subtitles on
policies and
just in case
activities.
people struggle to
Or
understand
169. In order to promote the interest of consumers and to ensure a high level of consumer protection, the Union shall contribute to protecting the health, safety and economic interest of the consumers. There's a lot more, but we're keeping it easy. What we want to stress is simple. This is a call from the primary EU law that we should not miss. Third and final, real example of the terms and conditions. Now as proof of the problem, please, next slide. Now as proof of the problem, here's a real case and user license agreement clause. Company, Zenimax, Bethesda. Game, Fallout 76, clause 7, termination. Zenimax may terminate this end user license agreement at any time for any reason. Upon termination by Zenimax for any reason, all licenses granted in this agreement with respect to the game, blah, 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 shall immediately terminate, and you must immediately do point 1 and 2. Point 1, permanently destroying all copies of the game in your possession, and 2, removing the game client from your hard drive. We believe in the end that this practice is unfair for the European consumers and incompatible with the aforementioned articles from the primary EU law. Therefore, we are kindly asking your honours to stop this kind of unfair practices. Thank you very much for your attention.
Nice, simple, clean, good, like it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Since we're out of time, I'm just going to say that my name is Marcin Baczyk. I'm attorney at law, president of the Intellectual Property and New Technologies section of Krakow Bar Association and member of Legal Tech Institute of the Polish National Bar Association. And I'm here to answer any legal questions, in particular these related to the intellectual property law matter. And I'd like to add that the European Union has a long-standing tradition of advocating for consumer rights. That is why, on behalf of 1.29 million of EU citizens, I ask you to grant both consumers and the cultural heritage in the form of video games to grant the protection they deserve. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you so much. So that concludes your presentations. No, you want to come in again? Okay, thank you so much. So you heard the applause. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you want to come in again. You pressed the button, but I think we listened to all of your arguments perfectly well. And now, of course, we have the moment for the members of the parliament to come in, ask questions, but also comment. And we start with a round of coordinators for the EPP. I have 3 coordinators, 1 minute each. We start with Axel Voss.
Vielen Dank an alle
Thank you. Thank you
to
the chairpersons, and thank you also for this presentation. I'm going to be speaking German, as you've noticed.
Don't mention the war.
So, from a legal point of view, of course, we're talking about video games as complex goods which are protected by EU copyright law. And therefore, there are various different legal levels which connect them with third parties as well. And so the main question is, how can we ensure continued existence of these goods? How does that square with right holders who have the exclusive right to decide how and for how long their products should be available? So I'm talking about the legal feasibility there. On what legal basis within copyright law could this type of requirement be established? Or
what's happened to the audio? What have they done to the audio? Oh, wait there.
Is no longer possible because licenses have run out. For example, for music.
Let me just
point. how should we address this type of situation where continued availability is no longer possible because licenses have run out, for example, for music or other embedded content? I think these questions are really important in order to ensure that every approach is legally founded and can also be implemented in practice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm going to speak in Spanish. Desde la perspectiva de...
Oh, good God. Good luck
From
to
the point of view of the internal market and consumer rights, I think this is an issue that needs to be investigated. So congratulations to those who've conducted this initiative and also the success. You don't collect 1,000, almost 300 1 million, almost 300,000 signatures every day. I've got 5 children. My 5 children play video games. I don't. But that said, I do understand that this is a problem that needs to be checked through. I think the Commission is quite clear, clear, transparent rules. We need to have evaluation impacts and I'd like to raise another point about fragmentation of the market in terms of solutions which may be introduced by the different member states on this issue which has been raised. But from my own parliamentary group and in terms of the internal market, we are aware of the problem and we're going to monitor it very carefully.
Ja, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen, zunächst
Well done first and foremost to the initiators of this. Over 1 million signatures is proof of the huge European interest of this and the importance, also interest from consumers. We need a rule at European level which will clarify the fundamental question whether digital purchase only gives you a fleeting right of use or whether it's something more substantial. So
I think the greater thing of this is you will own nothing and be happy. We know about this in the Dome, the Klaus Schwab. And this is more or less a rebuttal of this, oh, you shall own nothing and be happy. This is, you should own something and be happy. So the European Union is basically having to rebut the own nothing. And that's what they're getting forced to address here. And by every right so, because you're just going to end up killing yourselves.
My question is related
politically killing themselves, I mean, not like physically.
The high offline purchase costs raised by industry often, which chokes innovation and could be too much of a financial burden. How do we go about addressing that?
Thanks, Madam Chairwoman. Does it mean I have now 3 minutes of the 3 committees altogether?
I was told it's a Dehond thing and you have 2.5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can really put all your arguments on the table.
It's luxurious. Thank you very much. I take this also as a reminder of my past as an IMCO member, despite the fact that I'm here now acting as jury coordinator.
I'm already getting a bad feeling about this guy. I think he's going to be against it. I don't know. Anyone else got that decision, that feeling? Just have that feeling. Looks like the type of bloke I'd like to punch in a pub.
Now, first of all, congratulations to the initiative to have reached the 1.3 million signature threshold. The ECI is always put forward as one of those elements that will bring us closer to citizens, but to actually get it done is making it extremely complicated. We only had 12 that were successful, and you reached the threshold already here. Congratulations to that, and that should show to us as lawmakers that what is put forward is of utmost importance. We must take this very seriously, and we should not get lost in legal nitty-gritty. In that context, therefore, my question. In my previous time as an IMCO member, I was responsible for the legislation on the right to repair. And it was just mentioned...
Yeah, but that didn't go very well, did it?
...that the right to repair is not the right approach to the issue at hand. Hence, I would also rephrase it, whether we do not need, in particular for software and digital content, something like a right to resurrect that in a situation where repair cannot be
well, I
done.
thought he was going to be against, but that's actually quite cool. The right to resurrect. That means to bring back old software that's been taken off the. Thing is, a lot of these companies destroy them. Like they destroy. I dare say, like Ubisoft have already destroyed the Crew.
It has to be done in a way that licensing terms and others have to be looked at once they are basically expiring because a game is dead, that we then let it resurrect and have neglected software being reactivated. And whether that is a way to look at it. Also done from a legal term, like we did it with the right to repair. Second, I was wondering whether minimum guarantee periods could help us. Consumer protection law in the EU knows 2 years minimum guarantee period. That won't help here.
So the used to be in the UK, until we joined Europe, the Consumer Protection Act of 1974 essentially meant any white goods that you bought, this is like previous to software, you had a 5-year guarantee. So if you bought a television, you had 5 years right to return. If it broke down in 5 years, you had a right to, after a year, you could take you had a year to take it back to the store you bought it from. Then you had 4 years to get in touch with the manufacturer of that product, and they had to give you a repair. And that it's quite interesting because I remember I had a PlayStation. It broke after 2 years of ownership. Sony had to repair that free of charge, and they literally sent someone from London to my house to pick it up by van, take it away, and then bring it back. But that's just how the Consumer Act of 1974 used to work in Britain. We joined Europe. They got rid of that. A huge fucking dish on us British citizens. And they went to this like 1 year, in some cases months, couple of months. Like, it's disgusting. Anyhow, thank you, Europe. 2 years still isn't enough. It should be 5. If you believe in dropping your carbon footprint, then we shouldn't need to keep making TVs, washing machines, etc., every fucking 2 years. At least have 5 years. Personally, I'd put it to 10 years.
But we have member states like the Netherlands that have an eternal guarantee period for the functioning of a product. And when we are revising consumer protection rules and we look at minimum guarantee periods, whether the matter could also be addressed by an eternal guarantee period or a longer guarantee period.
Thank you, Cannibal. Thank you for the follow, mate. Nice one, buddy.
For such products. Third, and that is a different mindset. I like the comparison that you made with books and how we basically would react as citizens 1.0 if something comparable would happen to printed products. Don't we need for video games also something like a Project Gutenberg?
The argument is, like, obviously sometimes there's music in video games. Sometimes there's things like even the cars. And they're saying, oh, right, your copyright management runs out. But in a book, surely you have a book, and let's take a Roald Dahl book. Everyone's heard of Roald Dahl, very famous writer. But Quentin Blake used to do the illustrations. Now, surely Quentin Blake couldn't turn around to Roald Dahl and say, oh, well, it's been 5 years now. You can't have my illustrations in your book. Surely when they do the decision to put that music in that game, or put whatever in that game, it should be as is basis, as if the game's going to be available forever. And that's how they should work off. All this, like, oh, you can put it in for 3 years and 5 years. That needs to be changed. That legislation needs to be changed. Or the game manufacturers need to start saying, well, look, we can't put your music into our... It's a two-way process as well. You put a music into something like a Grand Theft Auto game, people are going to go out and start buying that music. So in fact, they get sales out of a lot of the stuff. So it's like a two-way benefiting. Anywho, let this guy carry on speaking.
Like a public library in which also video games are provided open access as a public service. And from that moment on, we do not look at it anymore from a private angle, but a public service angle. And that is also changing our ways of how to regulate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I had no one from PFE indicated, and we move to Piotr Müller is here. Yeah.
Ace in the house. Morning, woke and chat. They want us to. This is what I just said earlier. But this is a fight against it. And to be fair, the European Parliament are agreeing with stop killing games or stop destroying games. They actually agree with them. They realise that they have legislation to protect people from this, and it's in violation of that protection. Which
For 2 minutes.
They did go over it earlier on in the stream. It's about an hour long. We're about just under halfway through this.
Okay. Dziękuję bardzo. Szanowni Państwo, przede wszystkim chciałem pogratulować inicjatorom tej inicjatywy.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, I would like to congratulate the initiatives, the people who supported this initiative. A huge number of signatures has been collected, and the problem has been understood by the users. My group supports this initiative and trying to regulate these guarantees.
I think I signed it, but it didn't
players
matter
is another slightly different problem.
thing.
But I'd like to say crystal clear right now that we do support you. Just a couple more words on this sphere. Technology is developing ever faster. Digital.
I'm just going to pause here because he's Polish. Now, one of the biggest gaming companies at the moment is a Polish company. The company that made The Witcher also does Metro. And they're about to drop The Witcher 4, but that company is also government funded. So be interesting to see where this guy lands here. But also that company owns GOG, and they're trying to protect video games, so they could be very pro for this.
Services are changing very quickly as well. It's not only about video games producers, it's also about streaming platforms, which are not always fair in their behavior either. Someone buys a product.
I'll pause it there. So I'll give you a great example of that. From June the 6th or June the 11th, anything you bought on Amazon Luna, you can no longer buy on Amazon Luna. They're essentially going to wipe out your catalogue. You will still be able to play some of the things you bought, but Amazon Luna are essentially getting rid of all their digital purchases, and that's happening in the next couple of months.
They're convinced that they should be able to know about all of the guarantees that they have for the product they have bought. And other digital services, even those that lead to various different products being supplied on in different markets within the EU at different prices. It's about localization. That's an issue too. But something which is quite controversial I'd like to comment on briefly. I was thinking about a trade with digital instances and whether it's possible on the platforms. If someone sells a product, they can also trade with their license. I know the platforms don't want that because it would mean a further secondary market for these licenses. Thank you.
Nicola Minchev, our IMCO Vice Chair, and he's connected online for.
That's interesting. So, although the licenses run out, could they sell the license and someone else pick it up and pay for it? Interesting. But then what you're going to get? You're going to get the big holders like EA buying up all the small game licenses. I'm not sure I'm keen on that.
2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Firstly, I would like to thank both the authors of the initiative and also the representatives of the European Commission who are present.
What the fuck's this? Link's fucking younger brother or
what? In this committee meeting. So on the 31st of March 2026, the French consumer organization UFC QCR, or sorry for the pronunciation, but the point is that the consumer organization brought a legal action against Ubisoft before court following the closure of the...
Fucking Ubisoft again, man. Fuck those fucking... They need to start sacking the top management in Ubisoft.
Of the servers of its online racing game, The Crew. This unilateral decision rendered the game completely unusable, depriving consumers of any use of a game that they had already purchased without ever having been informed of any expiration date, to put it this way.
It's not on the disc.
Will the Commission consider supporting the case on the side of the consumer organization and support a referral to the Court of Justice of the European Union to ask for clarifications on the Unfair Contract Terms Directive, which the Commission previously identified was unclear in situations where a game is unilaterally rendered unusable by the video game publisher? And furthermore, many major video game...
If they get called by the European Courts of Justice, that means the heads of Ubisoft have got to go, and they could end up in prison. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking let's have it. Stick them in a fucking cell for a few months. That should change their... You watch now. Some fucker will fucking golden parachute out of Ubisoft. Oh, I'm resigning. Let some other poor fucking sup take the shit.
Titles have met the same fate, including Anthem and Concord.
Anthem, that's the game.
European consumers with
that's the game I was in the middle of. Not only did I fucking had to play Crew on the last day it was fake to finish it, Anthem's the other game I've got as well. Fuckers.
Recourse. And will the Commission commit to addressing this issue? The issue raised by the Stop Destroying Video Games European Citizens Initiative through the Digital Fairness Act later this year? And if not, what assurances can the Commission give that this issue will be addressed through legislative action? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. For the Greens, Eva Katarina Vieira.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm not usually in any of these committees, but I thought to come for the side quest. It is dangerous to
like it. Come for the side quests. Sweet. I do like it. Very nice. Quite a pretty young lady. Is she wearing a skirt? Have you met my friend Ronnie?
Alone into the digital future without clear consumer protections. And I don't want to set the world on fire, but the truth is that the way we own media has shifted into something that's very sus. Too often, citizens buy a game only to find out that the cake is a lie. You buy a game you hope to cherish for years, but then one day it's suddenly gone. You think, shit, here we go again. When the publisher pulls the plug, we realize that our princess is in another castle. Our libraries are emptied. It's like we've died of dysentery. As we've heard, currently players are forced to see the purchases that they made completely vanish. We should not have to endure and survive a marketplace where our purchases, which are often masterpieces and they bring so much joy, are treated as disposable. We cannot allow digital preservation to take an arrow to the knee. So a petition was started...
I love the little Easter eggs. Took an arrow to the knee. Skyrim. Yeah, definitely. Whoever wrote this was well into their video games. Someone in the Green Party. He's probably about fucking 40 fucking stone. Now, very rarely goes outside. A bit like me, I think.
Address all of these issues, and it is super effective. Let us therefore congratulate over 1 million citizens who signed it with one clear message to the EU. Don't be sorry, be better. It's time to finish the fight. We must ensure that even when companies move on, the virtual worlds we paid for remain still alive. Let us praise the sun on a new era of digital rights.
Oh, there's full of it. Praise the sun, Dark Souls. I think the other one, I'm not sure what the other one is. I Can Do Better. One is also, is that Halo? I'm not sure. I don't think it is, but Praise the Sun is Dark Souls.
So that for the gamer of the future, it isn't simply game over. If some colleagues think that I've lost my mind a little bit, these were all video game references. I just wanted to thank the petitioners.
We got them. I
and say that the
appreciate
Greens
them,
EFA
sweetie.
group stands here in support and hope that the Commission
I may
takes
not like your
seriously
green politics,
these
but...
very practical suggestions that you brought today. Thank you.
Shit. She'd make a great girlfriend. I could change her.
I feel so old, I didn't understand your references. Now for 1 minute, Leila Taibi from the left.
Bonjour, merci.
No, they actually
Good morning, and thank you very much indeed for the presentation. I'll give you enough time to put your headsets on if you need to. So, thank you to the initiators behind this European Citizens Initiative, for the initiative and for the presentation. The left supports this initiative 100%. And we feel, as you
Fucking
said,
hell, at least I can actually fucking have some thing in the left of the politics of Europe. I think the left and the right are 100% on it. Well, if the right aren't, then fuck them.
very clearly that it's we need a response to the deplorable acts of the people who simply aim at maximizing their profits on the backs of the players, the consumers and the developers. The fact of destroying a video game is a disgrace for the consumer and the player who plays about 80 euros each time when a video game comes out. Add to that all of the...
Not exactly true. So she's obviously missed out. Well, okay, full price games are about 80 euros. There's lots of... The indie market is huge. The indie market is anything from 44 pence or 50 cents to, you know, $100, anywhere in between. Video games come out all the time. They come for different prices. So it's a little bit of a fake statement, a little bit of obviously she hasn't really researched here, and a lot of time we're talking about the big games here because that impacted a lot of people, but it also happens in small games as well.
Microtransactions as well. It's a disgrace also for the developers who have worked for years, and it evaporates forever because of a purely accounting decision.
That is true.
Generally speaking, it's not because games are bad that editors close them down. You were talking about an audio game, a car game beforehand. Some of them are part of our cultural heritage. So, what would be a playable state for a video game? And our colleague Repassi was talking about a public library with video games.
I think that's a great
Shouldn't we
idea.
have a requirement to pay back the virtual objects port and the video game if they are removed, closed down? Thank you.
Yes, and indicated so we can have a first round of answers. So I give the floor back to the ECI organizers, and you have 10 minutes in total. Probably you can organize yourself internally.
Thank you very much. Am I allowed to? Yeah. So coming at the question regarding the licenses, this is a typical confusion on the topic. An IP right holder is free to commercialize their IP for as long as they want. This is related to how long they want to make profit out of an intellectual property. This is making the following actions: reproduction, this is selling copies, distribution, communication to the public, etc. The consumer is not affected, as the consumer doesn't make reproductions, distribution, communication to the public, etc. He just paid the full price and plays the game. That's all. He doesn't use IP rights. Anyway, IP law is not absolute, we must remind, and I quoted Article 12, consumer protection requirements shall be taken into account in defining and implementing other union policies and activities. That includes IP as well. We're only asking to not destroy. A consumer keeping her own book, open game, doesn't hurt IP rights, given the fact that he paid a full price for the game in the first place, fulfilling the very goal of IP, which is making profit. That's all. Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind, I would now answer the question regarding the high cost of offline patches and curbing innovation. We are not asking to preserve games retroactively. What we are asking for primarily is game preservation. So this cannot be retroactive. This has to go into the future. So we ask the publishers to already start with the design process. So to design a game not to be basically switched off.
As much I'd love them to bring back a working version of The Crew, or more my version, I could put it in and start working again. What I'd rather see is it just be implemented moving forward, that all games have this special switch for once the publisher says, right, we're fucking done with it, we've got 4 players playing this game, it's not worth us keeping the servers open, let's just make it that if they want to play privately servers, they can do that. Boom. So when publishers want to wash their hands of the game, at least the game is still playable.
and be part of planned obsolescence. From our point of view, of course, if we would grandfather in games, of course, they weren't designed to have that requirement. That's why we are not trying to be unreasonable. Would we want all games to be preserved? Of course. Games that were developed 20 years ago still function. Games that were developed 3 years ago, as it was mentioned before, don't. Yeah. It's a design decision. It's a business decision. And in terms of curbing initiative, innovation, I'm sorry, but it's always, if you have a golden goose and someone takes it from you or tries to regulate it, you will always say, oh, this will curb my innovation, just as it was, for example, with USB-C and Apple, or how it was with, for example, seatbelts in cars. Before seatbelts were introduced, the whole industry in the 70s or 60s, I believe, was screaming, oh, this will curb our innovation and this will be such a huge problem, and until the regulation hit and we started having seatbelts in our cars, airbags, everything else. We are not trying to engage their business model or create issues for them. They will get their...
Tin Rabbit says, when you have so few people playing together, you don't really need to connect them all to a server. Yeah, that's it. They can be connected machine to host, they call it, yeah. Host to host, and it just needs to be allowed that the patch comes out, but they've already made the patch. This is it. When they make the game, it's already designed. They don't have to release it when they make the game. They just have to have it there ready for end of life, if that's what they're going to do, is end of life game. So then people can, because at the moment what happens is you're basically waiting for someone to hack the game, then produce, there is, I can't remember the name of the website, but there is a website at the minute. It's doing massively well. They're resurrecting old games, and they've worked out a way of, basically you can play online with all these games that were once turned off. So like, it's possible because people have been doing it, and coders and hackers have been like literally doing it for over the last 4 or 5 years. Right, let me just carry on with this. Thank you, Tin Rabbit.
Their money. They can keep using their business and monetizing however they want. Just please, once you stop supporting the video game, please do not destroy it. And that can be part of the design process. That doesn't have to be part of their business decision. Thank you.
I'd like to add a little bit on the economic aspect. Again, when planned for from the beginning, the cost can be very small. It's mostly about when it's undoing that's more of a cost related. Earlier the game Concord was mentioned. That's actually an excellent example because
that game literally lasted weeks. That was Sony's, and they spent like 500, 700 million pound making this game. To be fair, Sony reimbursed everyone. They thought it was cheaper to do that, but the game now you can no longer play it or do anything with it, and it's actually not a terrible game. But let's listen to what he says about Concord.
This publicly stated that at least 370 million euros were spent developing that game, and it did not include an end-of-life plan like what we're seeking. Most of the cost for developing games tends to come from other areas like art assets or marketing. This is just one element out of hundreds that already go into making a game. The other thing is sometimes industry costs or estimates of how much this would cost can be faulty because they're expecting the game they're asking for to have every last feature it did while it was being supported. And many of those can be retired and don't even make sense for a game that's no longer being supported, like administration or anti-cheat measures or account management or things like that. So that can drastically, there can be hundreds, known as microservices, associated with these that can be disabled and the customer still has the core game. So that should be taken into account when figuring out the potential cost. And it might have been mentioned earlier, but we also want to emphasize the companies have been paid already once for the working game, so that should be factored into the budgeting. There were some other points mentioned on the right to repair, whether we need it and how long a product should work. With right to repair, that's a little bit different issue. Well, that's certainly welcome, having the right to that. As I mentioned in my presentation, there are deliberate countermeasures to prevent repair. That it's almost like a small miracle when it does happen from extremely experienced software professionals for resurrecting a game. The However, if there were repair instructions, that would be very welcome. I think we would even consider that a viable alternative to what we're asking, if it was practical to resurrect the game that way. And
that's quite interesting. So in other words, he's like what I can't remember who mentioned earlier about the source code, releasing the source code. That's a good idea.
And for how long it should work, it's kind of again, the customer standard is indefinitely, as long as they keep the game in good working order on their end. And we're not trying to hold any publishers responsible for updates that break things that wasn't their doing. So how long they choose to support it, we're completely open to. I mean, I think there's already existing EU regulations on that, but I mean, as far as we're concerned, they could end support the next day, but as long as the game isn't destroyed, we would find that acceptable. And the last point on the, for doing this through the existing, just doing this through the courts, through the legal action, that still doesn't get to the heart of the matter of the game itself being destroyed. We're not really refunds and compensation. Those are a secondary measure that when the game itself can't be reinstated, we just want the game preserved. So doing it through the existing framework doesn't quite get us there necessarily.
Maybe if I could add to this, doing this individually for every game in every court, can you imagine? That's why we are asking for regulation and harmonization on a European level.
So Tin Ramen says Vampire the Masquerade 1 was rebuilt by the fan base. So that's a game I'm not familiar with. It's one of the few games I've heard of it, Vampire the Masquerade, because I think Xbox released a new one in the last 1 or 2 years. But the original one had to be remade by the fan base. Wow. And that's what seems to happen now, is that it's left to other people to fix. You know, it's like it's like the vultures have come in and picked all the meat. You know, the video game companies are like vultures. They've come in, they've picked all the meat from the bones, and all they've left is a dead boned carcass. And then it's up to someone else to come along and sort of like resurrect it. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. Ace says the fact that this is even being brought up it is a good thing, yeah. And even with the left agreeing that it's wrong, I mean, that's great. Great. Something we can agree on for a change. Left and the right, all in the same boat, yeah. Modders, yeah. It's left to bloody modders to resurrect some of this stuff. No, I don't. Big thanks to the modders. Big up for them. But they shouldn't really have to put all their free time and effort into it. They could put their free time and effort into doing other bits for the game rather than having just to resurrect it. The resurrecting bit should be done. The modding bit can come after it, like, you know, maybe extra levels or, you know, gameplay improvements, etc., etc. Anyway,
so that we have the same playing field. Choisy was mentioned. Legal action in France, that was one game, thousands of players, and it took several years to deal with this. Can you imagine this done 10,000 times in courts? This is not a viable way forward, and that's why we are sitting here.
Very quickly on the right to repair. Sadly, we as consumers don't have remedies of our own. That's the first thing. Second one, end user license agreements prohibit any action. And third, consumers don't even have the right to do so. They don't even have the right to repair their games. It's not included in the directive as it is right now.
So that was interesting. So what you're saying is technically when the modders are, like Ace mentioned, their modders are fixing it, they're actually breaking the legislation off the game. They can be. So if you were to, let's just give an example. Let's just say Nintendo decided, we're fed up with Mario. We want to get rid of, you know, we're not supporting it. All our Mario games are coming off the store. Blah, blah, blah. You can no longer purchase a Mario game from Nintendo, any Mario game. And then a year later, a modder comes out and goes, well, look, I've got all these original files for Mario. I'm going to start putting them on. I've modded them. You can now play all these Mario games. Fucking Nintendo would sue the living shit out of that modder. Guaranteed. Even if they'd end of life those games. So what he's asking for here is protection against that ever happening.
I just wanted to answer the questions related to the IP and consumer law. consumers in the European Union nowadays, these who purchase
Order,
sorry,
order.
I think you have to switch it off and you have to switch it on.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, sorry.
Come on, fucking, these are fucking gamers. You should know how a fucking microphone works. Jesus.
I guess you hear me well. Okay, thank you. So I want to address the questions regarding IP and consumer
Fucking
law.
Harry Potter.
Consumers in European Union who purchase digital versions of video games cannot benefit from the same level of consumer protection as those who purchase physical copies.
I don't know if to take that as a compliment or not, Ace.
The problem is that the distribution of the physical copies of the video games basically doesn't exist anymore. Even if an individual purchases a disc copy, it often does not contain the entire video game, and it requires connection to the publisher's server. And
now, this is, to be fair, this is one thing Sony has been very good on, is that when you get a Sony PS5 copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, Gran Turismo, God of War, the game is on the disc. You can literally not have your PS5 connect to the internet, put the game in, and it will load the game. Now, usually there's a day one patch, and you might miss the day one patch, but you can actually download the day one patch to a USB stick anywho. But to be fair to Sony, they're very good. Microsoft, on the other hand, have been an absolute fucking retard on this. Microsoft, like, for the last God knows how long, their discs have about 100, like, these discs fucking hold 50 gigabytes. They have about 100 megabyte of data on there. And essentially, it's just the little thing to say, I've bought the game, let's go to the server and download it. And there's nothing on the disc. Microsoft are terrible for it. Absolutely disgusting. Sony first party games, though, hats off to Sony. Fair play. They've, like, kept up that. Because I think it goes back to when they did that advert where they did they trounced Microsoft when Sony said this is how you lend a game, and they basically had one guy lending the game to the other guy, and basically Microsoft had removed that they basically put like a DRM, but once you had a game on a disc, they wanted to lock that game to your console that you couldn't then take it and lend it to your mate or take it around your mate's house. That fucking died pretty quick. That's why they killed the Xbox One. People don't realise all the shit Microsoft pulled when the Xbox One came out. It's why so many people went to PlayStation. They had enough of Microsoft. And just the dickheads stayed with... The ones that didn't know any better stayed with Xbox. Or they were so loyal of fans, they just... Even though they were drowning in shit, they just kept swimming in the shit rather than get themselves out of the pool.
This only confirms that we live in fully digital era. If Madonna was to re-record Material Girl again, she would sing, we live in the digital world. So since we all agree that we live in an era in which digital content is distributed digitally without tangible medium, we must also agree that the consumers who purchase digital content, such as video games, must be protected the same or at least similar way as consumers who purchased a physical copy of the video game 10, 15, or 20 years ago. As the
They got fucking games that are nearly 50 years old.
Court of Justice of the European Union stated many times, last time it was in case C 174/15 of November 2016, copyright must adapt to new economic developments. And this means nothing less than an obligation to interpret provisions of the EU law in dynamic, progressive manner. And when it comes to the solution, I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't put a Latin phrase in it. Da mihi factum dabo tibi ius. Give me facts and I'll give you the law. And the facts are that consumers are left without adequate protection when it comes to the digital distribution of the video games. And society faces the risk of permanently losing cultural heritage in the form of video games. And the law, it is created in this very room, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering all the members'
just massage their
questions
egos
and
a bit.
Some Latin in our European Parliament. We now come to the second round of members and questions and remarks. We start with Peter Agius, EPP, and you now have all 1 minute per person.
Thank you, Chair. Big thanks to the organizers. Very, very smart presentation, very clear. I think you make a point loud and clear for all of us. Protection of consumers online should include protection of gamers online.
MT, I wonder where that is. Montenegro? I'm not sure where MT is.
I have heard in the same committee rooms 100 times that what counts online should count offline, or the contrary. And from the presentations and even from the Commission response, it is clear here we're speaking about unfair contract terms, misleading advertising, producer responsibility, and right to repair. All of these are put
It's Malta, not
into
Montenegro.
question here. Briefly, I think I also have 3 kids at home, 3 teenagers, all of them are gamers. And there is also a point which is interesting here. There is a point of return on investments as well. Because I noticed that my kids, they spend, let's say, 20 euro, 30 euro to buy a game, sometimes 60 euro to buy a game. Then they spend money on a loot box. Then they spend money to get a shield to fight the trolls better, you know, or to do many other things. So basically, if this game is interrupted, you know, these guys have a stake. So let's find a way of course, promoting the industry and its welfare, because we are interested in that, but finding a good way of protecting also the right to stop destroying video games. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also remember
I'm
a loot
not
box
sure
here
what
we
he
had, I
added
think,
there.
last term here in this committee. Now for SND, Sandro Rotella.
Grazie.
I want to meet the guy that's against it because I'm going to rip that motherfucker's head off.
Presidente, oggi parliamo.
Thank you.
Oh, this is
Madam
probably him,
Chair.
isn't it?
Today we're discussing online video games and therefore also the need to create a safe digital environment for our young people. Europe has certainly made some important...
This has got nothing to do with safe online environments. This is about not destroying video games. Shut the fuck up, move along, go fucking grab yourself a coffin, throw yourself in it, dig a fucking hole, and then throw the coffin with you in it, in the fucking hole. Fuck off.
Important steps in the right direction over the last few years, but not all online video games fully fall within the European legislative framework. And so...
Oh, this is the guy, isn't it? This is
the
the crusty old motherfucker that's going to really get my goat going. Fucking Harry Potter glasses. Prick. Where's he from? What country's from? What fucking... What's that? A H or an N? I can't
Standards
see it.
also
Fucking,
in the...
Hold on, let me get rid of these fucking... IT. Italy. Italy. Fuck you, your fucking pizzas and your fucking shit fashion.
Sector, security from design level, accessible instruments and automatic protections for minors. We've seen positive examples we could base ourselves upon. Think of the European classification system for video games. Because for years it's been helping families and users to find guidance on content, giving clear, transparent classifications. It's a good European practice, but it's not enough now. We need to strengthen it, update it, and bring it into line with developments in online video games. We also have to intervene on business models which exploit the youngest, forcing price.
Okay, I agree with that. Especially Roblox is a fucking disgrace for young people. Oh my God. My niece, I'll give an example. My niece at 8 years old stole her mother's fucking... my great niece, sorry. Stole my niece's credit card, a daughter, my niece's daughter, 8 years old. She's older now. Stole her mother's credit card, debit card, and spent 400. This wasn't on Roblox. She plays that now on Fortnite. 400 quid's worth of V-Bucks. Holy shit! My question was, why the fuck could she get hold of your fucking credit card or debit card? Surely you keep that in a wallet, fucking hidden out the way of your kids.
Prices up, mechanisms.
Parenting is the issue here.
You pay to win or you pay to progress. Now, they're close to gambling type methods. It's not acceptable. So in the Culture Committee, we think that we should ban these damaging aspects for minors and that for minors. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this has got nothing to do with what this is. That's a different discussion altogether, which I agree with you. Yeah, the fucking horrible, some of the fucking loot box shit. Fucking some of the shit EA's tried to get. They've tried to push the boundary way over the edge many times, but that's not for this discussion. This discussion is about fucking saving video games, not for worrying what's in those video games at the minute. We worry about those at another discussion. You European Parliament, you don't know what fucking shit bomb you've just been hit with. I stole my own debit card and spent. I stole V3 Palio, mate. I have seen VR games that full of gooners straight up. Oh yeah, what's the one? I think they turn it off soon, aren't they? VR chat. I think that's getting turned off soon. Yeah, full of gooners. Yeah. VR chat, I think, is one. That's weird because I don't understand who lets under 14s or under 50 or even under 16s into VR chat. I don't know, like, where's your parents' heads at? Because you go in there, it's just like full of art. Well, I've been in there only, like, obviously because it came out. I was like, oh, what the fuck's this? Like, check it out, because I had a PlayStation VR. And I was like, this is weird. Like, there's little kids, there's like adults, there's like some of the adults are, I don't know. I had a shower. I took my VR headset off, took a shower, and never went back. But yeah.
So much for Renew, Lucas Sieper.
Thank you, Chair. Definitely pressing F for the signatures. Let me
What's
maybe
up,
be
the
the first MEP here, even though I'm
Nice.
not sure with my colleague from the Greens, to speak as a gamer, not as an MEP.
He's definitely a gamer with his M&M fucking haircut, isn't he? His little moustache going on. Love it. Not quite on the Rotella's look going on there yet, but oh, look, she's looking at him. Oh, I like you. You're the one that wrote my thing, aren't you?
That I have been for 20 years. And I've been through it all, what you guys described. And I've seen the good side of it when it was a community that saved Mount and Blade Napoleonic Wars.
Mountain Blade.
And I've been through the bad side of it when I bought the crew. A few months before they just turned it down. And I think maybe to illustrate the point, even though I also think you already realized that you
I think he's a gamer score nerd, and he wanted to get his 1000G score on Xbox to get from the crew, and he struggled and didn't get his 1000G, so he's still pissed about it.
have big support in this house. To illustrate the point one last time, I think a car, the crew, a car is the perfect example. Just imagine you buy a car, a modern car. Every modern car has software. And after 2, 3, 5, 10 years, the car company decides to turn it down, and you can no longer start the engine. A very good colleague of mine here, sitting here in this room, said you have to stand for what's right because it's right, even though if you're not affected personally. I am even affected personally, so I ask all my colleagues to support this very important initiative. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. For SND, Katharina Bali.
Some of these fucking EU politicians are a bit young, aren't they? Fucking hell, who's like fucking just out of high school, that motherfucker? Did I press play? I did press play.
Yes, thank you very much. Also from my side, respect for the... Nein, ich spreche auf Deutsch. Respekt für die Initiatoren dieser Bürgerinitiative.
A lot of respect for this citizens' initiative, more than 1 million signatures. That's a really...
Fucking hell, this translator's been drinking, I think.
Great thing to do. And it shows how urgent this matter is. We're talking about a lot of money, more than 46 million of income generated worldwide. And
it's not million, it's more than 46 billion. It's hundreds of billions. 460 billion, I think it is. Video game industry is worth a lot more than the film. I mean, just fucking GTA 5 is up to 15 billion. Just that one game.
more than music. And then we have a premium, even for games which are for over 12s. And the investigation of consumer organizations show that
this translator's doing such a bad job.
A considerable
Right, I'm going to
impact.
translate for what this translator is not picking up, but I can pick up. So what she's trying to say is, when you buy a game now, you don't just have like the game. You have the extended edition, the premium edition, the deluxe edition, the deluxe premium edition. All the same game, just each one has got more fucking shit in it. Little bit more, just a little fucking morsel, you know, a little fucking feed you a little bit more. But instead of like fucking 50 quid for your game, they want 60 quid, then they want 70 quid, then they want 90, and then they want 100 quid for the fucking superior deluxe edition of the game. But when they've, at one point, like all that shit you've paid the extra money for is worth nothing. Yeah, she forgot how to, she definitely did forget how to translate. I think that's what this woman is trying to explain.
There's a lot of addictive behavior, and it all costs money, and the money is lost when you can no longer play the games. My question to the Commission, the Digital Fairness Act was mentioned. Is there a need to tackle the issues that we've heard about, or do you feel that existing legislation covers it? As the experts seem to be saying. And the second question, is the Commission going to do something about premium in-game purchases?
Floor back to the organizers of the ECI for 7 minutes.
Well, a lot of support statements that makes the amount of questions and things actually to address very short. I think the point that was mostly mentioned was microtransactions, gambling inside games, loot boxes, all these kind of concepts that are also already partially addressed in the Digital Fairness Act. Yes, they are absolutely part of the problem. If I buy a game, let's say 60 euros, I know some friends, everyone here likely remembers the game Fortnite.
Let me just pause there on the Fortnite. Ace says, with that said, wait till the game of the year edition of Crimson Desert. Till they fix it. Oh, it's a great game. I think they should get rid of that. It used to be like when you bought a special edition of a game, you had like a fucking toy with it. I wasn't really into them. I've got like one or two only because I had them on the cheap, but like Halo was a prime example. You buy a certain edition of Halo, you had a big fucking helmet with it, like a fucking Master Chief's helmet. Or a certain edition of Call of Duty came with a fucking remote control car with a camera on it. But what they basically did is take away the physical things and just started adding digital things that don't exist, and people just kept paying the extra money. And it just became extra money for no reason. What is this Fortnite game? We're about to find out. Stay tuned, Beastie. We're about to find out what this Fortnite game is all about. I don't know. It's no idea, but we shall. Yeah, let this guy explain.
I know some friends formerly from school that put a lot and lots of money into that game and into skins and other contents, and I used my money. I made a commercial transaction. So yes, it needs to be addressed. It is part of the issue. We have free-to-play games that are hugely, in this case, Fortnite being one of the examples, but many others. And
I don't mind Fortnite's monetization policy. It's like Warframe's monetization policy in that it's not pay to win. It's pay to get something that makes you think that you look better, but it doesn't make you play better. It's when they start putting stuff into games, which I couldn't tell you which games they are because I've never really got into them. But there's certain games out there where unless you buy a certain gun or a certain shield or armor, you are at a disadvantage to everyone else in that game. Or unless you buy a certain DLC, Destiny, I suppose, could be considered this, where if you haven't got a certain DLC, you then don't have access to certain guns, which then makes the online PvP portion of that game much harder, or you're at a disadvantage. That monetization policy needs to fucking die quick. Right, let me read this. Pay to show off. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Pay to show off. Show off that you've got fucking money to burn. Beast 3. Why not, instead of killing the game, they sell it to companies? This is what they did say this about selling the digital rights of the game to companies. The only problem I see is that other companies buying them all up, but similar to them to manage it. But yes, that was covered earlier on in the discussion. Someone came up with that idea.
We have cases where people
that.
put in 2,000 euros into skins, and just shutting that down and taking that away is ridiculous. I think that should be all questions or statements.
Fuck, there are some people who have put hundreds of... How much have you spent, Beast 3, on Fortnite? You've had a few skins. You've definitely had a few skins in that game.
Your Honours would like to know that the Spanish Congress is working on a project of law regarding this matter, loot boxes, and the current focus is to restrict the commercialization of loot boxes to minors.
Yeah, it should be banned.
Since we're playing ping pong here, I'm going to add something too. We, at this very moment, to this day, in the California State Assembly, a bill that we've worked on is being brought in that also has microtransactions in them. We, in the first place, didn't actually look at them. The California State Assembly brought them in, so there is definitely room to add these things properly and find a good definition. Maybe not saying, okay, this is the product, but is there a commercial transaction going on?
Oh, the fuck. Right, I agree with that, but if you already have the game, you shouldn't need to repurchase it, similar to like what Origin did with Steam. Yeah, so you got... Yeah, I hate EA. EA, like, you can have that EA pass. You can buy a game on PlayStation that you can't then have the same game on Steam, even though you've bought it on PlayStation. You should be able to, like this is the digital rights thing. They should be able to, like, if you own it on one, if you own, like, Dragon Age Vanguard for any EA game, I should be able to play it on Steam. If I bought it on PlayStation, I should be able to download my Steam version. If I've got my accounts are all linked, so they know who I am all across those accounts. So I should be able to get my Steam version, my Xbox version, and my PlayStation. As long as I don't pay them all at the same time, as long as if I jump off my PlayStation, jump onto my PC, I should then be able to play the game for that one price I paid for it. But EA doesn't allow that, or Origin, or Ubisoft, and yet all the accounts are linked. That is a disgraceful technique, that is. What I really wanted to get on it, I think I've spent $150 on Fortnite. Well, that's just 2 bottles of tequila in it. But it'd be hard for them to do that. Well, they should have thought about that. This is what they're saying. They should think about that before they start releasing the game. That was a joke. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I didn't. For the first time ever, a British guy didn't get an American sarcasm, whereas usually it's the other way round. Right. Okay. Right. Like some DVDs come with a digital code. Yeah. Something like that would work. Yeah. Great stuff, yeah. That's quite good, those DVD codes. Oh, I haven't got this chip.
To address the issue, that would be an angle that the California State Assembly, for example, took.
Oh.
Thank you so much. With that, I will give the floor back to the Commission, because there were actually also a lot of questions and also concrete action demands, I would interpret it. So probably you could reply to that.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Thank you, Anna. 2 points from our side. So, first of all, I mean, a big thank you for these exchanges, because I think it really clarifies again. And thank you for the good questions from all the MEPs. First of all, I mean, indeed, the consumers are not completely unprotected. I mean, I mentioned and we discussed now some of the rules, but what is really important is to address this specific issue that we have now on the table. And that's the reason why with my team, we're really looking at it and in depth and looking at different options. And we are, as you know, at the same time preparing the Digital Fairness Act that was announced by the Commission for the end of this year. Second point was the reference to the ongoing case at national level carried out by UFC Que Choisir, suing Ubisoft for the closure of the game The Crew. There, I mean, the question some of you were asking is whether the Commission will be a party to this case. I mean, as you know, it's a national case, so it follows really the French national legal proceedings, which is distinct really from the process that we have today with this European Citizens Initiative. So I also, Giuseppe, on the copyrights, give the floor to you.
Yes, and thanks very much. Very quickly, and to chip on what Axel Voss, who is the putative father of the copyright in the DSM directive, from a copyright viewpoint, the matter is a little tricky because there is no mandatory licensing imposed on video game developers. They enjoy contractual freedom to commercially exploit their works and determine the terms
They've had it
of
too
the
easy
license.
for too long.
The framework does not provide for exceptions that cover end of life of a copyright product. Now, having said that, there is a provision in the directive on works that are no longer commercially available and provides for the possibility of licensing such works through collective management organizations and cultural heritage institutions. Now, the problem, as pointed out by Mr. Repasi, is that cultural heritage institutions do not often hold in their libraries video games, and the provisions of the DSM directive of out-of-commerce works, which are set out in Article 8, include a number of conditions which may be difficult to meet for video games. Not the least, the possibility for the video games, for the right holders basically to opt out from the exceptions. Having said that, we are now undertaking a review of the copyright in the DSM directive. We will give it a very good thought, and we will revert fully on this issue in July. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this concludes our hearing. I mean, I can just say that I heard a lot of support from basically all the political groups for your initiative, and I can congratulate you again for the great work you have done, and all the citizens that were also engaged in the topic. I would just at the end give the floor also to the Vice Chair of PETI again, and then to the Euro Chair if you want to for some concluding remarks, please.
We're so sorry.
Thank you, Chair. On behalf of PETI Committee, I obviously would like first to sincerely thank you everyone for the focused and constructive discussion we just had on the European Citizens Initiative Stop Destroying Video Games. And the hearing allowed us to fully listen to and assess the potential of the initiative. I would like to thank all the speakers who
We'll run this
brought
out,
further clarity to the issues under discussion. And today we have had the opportunity to understand directly from the organizers, experts and stakeholders about various challenges that arise when video games become unplayable after sale due to discontinued services or disabled access. And this initiative highlights a real concern for millions, and as far as we understand from the presentations, probably hundreds of millions European citizens, ensuring that digital purchases remain functional and that consumer rights are respected in the evolving digital landscape. I trust that the insights shared today will inform our continued work and will provide the European Commission with a clear understanding of the importance citizens attach to this matter. I encourage all participants to maintain.
Hey, no problems, eh? If I ever come across any, I never knew this was. How did I come across? I come across it somehow by accident. I was like, shit, I've got to this is covers those two angles. I like Mr. Rotella knows his politics, but I know my video games, and this is politics, video games. It's I know my shit here.
The constructive dialogue
this is up
and
my
to consider
alley,
the concrete proposals and experience discussed here as we move forward. Thank you once again for the contributions.
Well, thank you very much.
And it's also something I've been fucking passionate about. I fucking hate loot boxes. I hate what they've done to the video game industry. What the big publishers I don't blame. Like I said, you always hear me say I don't blame the people who are doing the artwork, doing the programming. I love those guys. They're amazing. I fucking hate the upper management, the business people involved with the upper. They've ruined video games for people like me. I've stopped buying full price video games. I very rarely buy a video game anymore because of what they've done in the last 10 years. 10 years ago, I'd be spending 100 quid a week, 100 quid a month. I'd be buying at least 2 new games a month. Now I haven't bought a new game for years. I've gotten the habit now of not buying a new game. As much as I want to buy a new game, I just refuse to buy it because of shit like this. And the other thing is because a lot of times now you've got these stupid fucking like PlayStation Plus and all that, where the game you've just bought like 6 months ago or a year ago is now like free on Plus, and you just think, oh well, that was a fucking waste of money. Then I could have just waited a few months and played it for free, or for the price of my PlayStation Plus or something. That annoyed me as well. As good as people like things like Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus and whatever other what they call them, subscription models are, in the end they actually damage video games. There's nothing better than having a physical version of a video game that you can just either grab, put into a thing, play it. I mean, the PC got rid of that a long time ago, unfortunately, and I love Steam to bits, but I also have to understand, and everyone has to understand, that Steam library may be gone in an instant, whereas I've got a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog there on cartridge. I can plug it into that Mega Drive, it will still work, as long as it don't fucking degrade. But they're pretty good, they last years. I torrent what I used to pay for. Exactly, that's what it's done, isn't it? There was a time where like when I was a kid, like if ZX Spectrum, Commodore 64, like all the kids copied. I was the first kid in the street to have the double tape deck. So all the fucking kids were coming around to fucking copy the games, and literally I ended up with thousands of Spectrum games, and like people would come around and copy the game, blah blah blah. Double speed one as well, it was really good. Then it got to like the Amiga day again, X-Copy, you would fucking copy your games. Then it came to like the Mega Drive days, the PlayStation. You couldn't really do that. I mean, in the end, you could mod a PlayStation and buy cheap copied games. But I think once the PlayStation 2 in that era and Xbox 360, it kind of hit a balance where you could pick up, like, I don't know, you go to the local GameStop or Game Station, it was called here. You could buy 4 second-hand games for 20 quid, 5 quid each, which is about $7 a game on the cheap. Or you could buy a brand new game for like $30 to $40. That was reasonable. I was more than happy to. If there's a great new game coming out, I'd buy the new game. If there wasn't any new games, I'd put 20. I'd go in once a week, spend 20 quid, come home with 4 games that I think I wanted to play. So I was always continuously buying video games. I'd had collections of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of video games. Now, okay, I spend a few quid on Steam. I go to a fucking Steam key reseller. I might spend about 5 or 6 quid there, get like 10 games on Steam, but I know I don't own them. I don't physically have them in a collection anymore. Sega Dreamcast, huge lawsuit. They lost a lot of money, the Sega Dreamcast. It was the second most flop in digital history or on console history. They lost something like 700 million, which doesn't sound like much now, but for back then it was like a loss of 700 million for Sega. I'm from the PC Master Race, going back to Amiga. I've got a couple of Amigas around my mum's house. Gorf on the Commodore. I got that. I actually sold it like 10 or 15 years ago. I got, my mate was into eBay. I said, oh, I'm not using this anymore, let's sell it. I should have fucking kept it. It was boxed as well, Commodore Amiga box. I had 2 of them. I sold them off. One of my favorites on the oh, you can't see it because I'm on the wrong camera, but it's on my shelf up there. My Dreamcast, I got rare peripherals that are still boxed that I never took out the boxes. Some like rare fishing rods for my Dreamcast.
For your contributions, I can reiterate the broad support from 3 committees, and also I can.
That's the end of this shit. Right? Okay, great. That was good. I enjoyed that. That was a great little bit of video. Let's hope something gets done about it. How long it'll take EU to do something about it? No fucking idea. Right, I got an hour to waste. What shall I play? What should we play? I'm going to play some random shit, I think. Play some crazy taxi. Jet Set, yeah, got them on disc somewhere. They're in the bag over there. Jet Set Radio, Sega Bass Fishing, MSR. Is it MSR Racer or something like that? Gotham Street Racer or Metropolis Street Racer, in it. MSR 1, 2. I downloaded some new games. Oh, I want to play this Marathon. I need to play this. This is what I downloaded last night. Only paid 18 quid for it. Bargain. I didn't actually pay that because I had money on my card. Oof. Is it going to play? Is it going to load? Is it going to play? I don't know. This is like drama. It says it's playing. Oh, something's happening. So this is the new Bungie game. This is one of these games that's online only. Like Destiny, right? When they turn that off, look out. I mean, that's another one, right? They turned off, or they changed. So Destiny had the first Destiny, or Destiny 2 had a campaign. But when you first had it on disc, you could literally play like this campaign. Bungie got rid of that campaign. You can no longer play the Destiny 2 campaign. And I played that a number of times. You know, imagine they took the Halo campaigns away. E.T. Falls in a Hole, absolutely retarded game. It wasn't what it was. It wasn't a very good game. It wasn't the worst game on Atari, though. Dire Marsh sponsored. What the fuck's this? I don't even know how to start this game sometimes. Prepare? Maybe that'll do it. Select a zone? I don't know what I'm selecting, mate. I don't know. Just press X on something. Ready up. Ready up. Run. Run. I don't... Fucking Bungie, they never explain anything to you. All it is pretty colours to my head. All I know is you go in here, you find shit, you shoot shit, and get out, apparently. No active contract. Am I supposed to have a contract? It didn't explain this to me. I only bought it last night. So it didn't explain anything to you. Perimeter beginner. Yeah, I am a beginner. Newbie. Oh, look at all the pretty colours. Oh, do I want to be able to do that? I don't want to be able to do that.
Memory audit. Cross-referencing past runs. Previous failures may inform your strategy for future success.
Oh, I love Days Gone. I've completed Days Gone. I got it on my PlayStation 4, but they did do a PlayStation 5 update for it to run at 60 FPS. Yeah, I love doing runs on like when you get to... Oh no, shit. I pick that up. Thank you. Where am I supposed to go in? I got no idea. Is there a waypoint? No, that's me putting a way. This way? Oh, this way. Oh, I see robots. Kill it. Fucking dead now, mate. Shit, I haven't got much bullets. Am I supposed to go in this thing? I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Another robot. Oh. Run away from me, bitch. Another one, okay? Like I say, I have no idea what I'm doing in this game. I just think it's shoot shit. Oh. Fuck you. Have I got a grenade? Oh, what's this? Ah. Anyone else want to die? Oh shit, I got no health. Hold on. I think you press down to do health. This is where I die, I think.
Yes.
How do I do health? Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. Who needs health? Oh, hello, someone in here. Oh, health. Got another one? I see you. Where'd he go? Where the fuck did he go? Fucking hell, it's red in here. Jesus. Oh, okay. I got a thing. I don't know what the thing is. Got another thing. Protect your data. Purple, purple. Right, where is that robot gone? He went up these stairs, he disappeared. What's that shit about? Oh, box. So I just grab everything. I don't even know what I'm grabbing. An enhanced leg input. Is that anything better than what I've got? Fall resistance, agility's up. I don't know.
Recall window will remain stable for 20 minutes.
Huh? Oh, there's something up there. Fuck. I need to go upstairs. I'm lost. I'm so sorry.
Warning, reinforcements detected.
Oh, don't say that. I need to go upstairs. Shit, how do I get upstairs? Can I do it this way? I did a thing. Is this gassy then? Is this killing me? Sounds like robots are coming. Chuck on the ammo.
Deploying barricade.
Oh, he's a hard fucker. Oh, you fuckers. Give up then. What am I supposed to do then? Run complete. Experience death for the first time. This is marathon. Oh, okay, whatever. No idea what's going on here. Classic Bungie. Not that it's a bad game. Just don't know what the fuck's going on. Eliminated. Put him to beginner. What did we learn, though? What did I learn from that? I learned that my special fucking move didn't work very well. Ace, be well, chat and woke. We are deboarding noon. Nice! Oh, you're on... Bloody hell, you're on the ferry, are you? Or are you on an aeroplane? You're going all around the place. Where should I go? Let's go back to where I went before. Right, select this up. Wait there. Can I put someone else on? Oh. What's all this blue writings in the way? What's this then?
If it was safe, what'd be the point?
Oh, cruise ship. Lovely.
Let's get it done.
I always wanted to work on a cruise ship. I think I would have quite enjoyed that. I've got sea legs. Oh, these are the things. These are my... Alright, okay. What's your special
Neural
move,
link
then?
set.
I'm built for this.
Alright, just different coloured knives. Boring. Weapon cosmetics. Oh yeah, gotta have the cosmetics in there. Oh god. Right, can't I just play the game? There we go. I don't know what any of these things are. We can't play games all day. Yeah. At some point today, I've got to do a video on a game that for me I play. I did a video of the demo of the game, and then they said, "Oh, if you do a video in the demo, and it's only like a TikTok video, wasn't that much. We'll send you a copy." And I did it. And I was like, I thought nothing off it. I thought, they're not going to send me a copy. They sent me a copy of the game, so I want to do another video. It's actually a really cool, chill game. So not this one. The game's called Shantytown. Was I supposed to run away from that robot, maybe? Oh, my headset's just run out. That's a good time. We will be raiding over to family-friendly Fortnite, by the way. In about
System checks complete. May you operate at peak efficiency.
Keep an eye on it because Mr. Rotella can go live any time with that one. Right then. Headset changed. Batteries loaded. Right, where are we this time? Another random place. Oh, I want to know what my special... I haven't got a special move. Yes, I have. 242 seconds. Ah. Okay, so the thing I want is in here. Can I just sneak it? I mean, they're not... Oh, nothing to see here, mate. Oh, fuck it, let's kill him. Oh, fuck you. Oh my god. Ugh, get your shit off me. Go away. What is he sucking off me anyway? I don't understand what that's about. Well, he's just killing me, isn't it? Well, that lasted all of 2 seconds. Ugh. Is there someone else in here? Don't know. No idea. Oh, he's dead as well. If that is someone else. No idea. Fuck, maybe I should have researched this game a bit before I started playing it. They should have put a campaign mode in it. Like where you learn all the skills in the campaign, even if it was a fucking hour-long campaign. That's fine, you know? 2 hours, 3 hour campaign. I'm obviously playing against bots. People don't know how to make campaigns anymore. Well, the blurb for this says it's really addictive. I'm not getting that at the minute. I think it's very unaddictive. Leaving? Why is it going to take 51 seconds to leave a game? Can't I just end the game? Why have I got to watch someone dying on the floor? Thank you. Eliminated. I know I'm dead. I don't know what I'm doing. I want a secondary gun. Sponsored kit, what? I don't know. Fuck, whatever. These moths about getting very cicada puzzle thing from those moths. Get those fucking moths off my face. Come on, Ed. Apparently I'm level 2. I don't know how that happened. This is another game. I bought it on Steam. Why can't I now play the on my PlayStation? The accounts are all linked. I do like the graphical style of the game. Interesting, different, unusual.
The colony ruins teach lessons. Premature expansion is a symptom of hubris.
Okay. Are we going anywhere? There's nothing come up on my map on this one. What's over here then? All right, there is a map. Okay. Well. Oh, he didn't drop anything. Knock, knock. Oh, a coordinate card. Okay, that gives you a coordinate. Okay. Shit, I think someone just seen me. Can you chase me out here? See you later, mate. Ow. It's quite a big game. What's that noise? Are you playing Diabetes Simulator? Familiar human. I don't know what I'm playing Marathon, but I don't know what's. I'm new to the game, alright? So I'm literally. You know what Bungie games are like? They don't like to explain anything to you. All I've done, I've picked up something and it's given me a coordinate, so I'm going over there. And on the map it's over there. I'm quite close. Overflow, that's where we're going. And there's robots and they kill me and I seem to die a lot. That tends to be the thing at the minute. And I've only got one gun. Oh shit. Whoa! Where to? Whoa! What was that? Right, we're hiding in the cupboard. There's something above us here. Why can't I take this stuff? Oh, I've got not enough space. Oh, right. There must have been something. Is there something up here? That's what killed me. Well, that's what tried to kill me. Okay. Very mysterious world. Shit, they're everywhere. They definitely don't want me coming down here. This looks like where I died last time. Okay, getting deja vu here. Familiar human. The guns in this game look like they were designed by people who hate guns. The Fallout 4. I know they are a bit weird looking, aren't they? I think it's all just like to go with like something that looks different. I mean, it does look different, to be fair. Is that my dead body? Or oh, it's another. Oh, fucking backpack's full of shit. What can I drop? A depleted patch kit? Well, we fucking don't need that then, do we? Right, and that's just sending me over there now. Quite like the graphics on that, the rain. Cyberspinal fluid. What else can I get rid of while we're here? What's this thing? Advanced ammo kit. Let's have that in then. Cores. Can we put that on? What does that do? Salve exchange for faction upgrade. Alright, something. Oh. No, it went that one. I may as well drop that. Let's have a look what's in here. Spoiled rations, they sound like shit. That sounds like shit. That sounds like a robot. But that fucker killed me last time. It's turned into a game of hide and fucking seek. Holy shit. Run away. Away. Genius move. Oh shit. Can I use this?
Search and destroy online.
Oh my god, they've got me surrounded. How am I supposed to destroy him if he got shields then?
Ammo crate here.
Alert. Profit opportunity detected.
Oh, fuck you.
Relays are offline. System lockdown in place.
Barricade active.
How can he shoot and I can't then? I don't understand that. Where's a fucking grenade when you need one? Fuck, I need ammo. Oh, I've killed a few of them.
Barricade ready.
ammo.
Alert. All shifts cleared. Zone evacuation underway.
Fuck, I need a weapon. Did any of these bots drop a weapon? Oh, where was the last one? I definitely killed one by here. Honestly, if the devs of this hadn't run their mouths on Twitter, I don't think this game would have gotten... to be honest, I don't really read much Twitter, so I don't know what was said. I kind of kept out of it, because a lot of times now I don't like spoilers on games, and a lot of shit... What do I do with that? Vault cell. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that, because I haven't got ammo. I don't know how the hell I'm going to fight this next fight. I've got no ammo. I don't need that. I'll drop that. There's shit in this room. As you go in that room, you get burned. They were basically being... what the... What killed me? Oh, self-revived. They were basically being uppity pricks jumping on the anti-gamer bandwagon, like guys that make games you probably shouldn't be shooting at. I know there was a thing about some of the artwork. They'd infringed like this other girl's artwork or something. I remember seeing that. Oh, that's what's hurting. You go in there, that acid hurts you. How are you supposed to turn it off then? There must be a way to stop the gas if you shoot that bottle. It's coming through the vents. Oh shit, I've got a gun. Deluxe salvage. Oh, I definitely want some of that. Get rid of that maybe? I put shit on my guns? Depleted shield charges, don't need them. Right, I'll pick stuff up. How do I get out of here? Maybe it's on a map. Oh, what's this then? Exfil. Ah, exfil. That means exfiltrate.
Exfil this way.
Okay. Can we get here? Can we get out of this fucking goddamn place? Shit, you haven't got much stamina in the game. Oh, there is grenades in it. Smoke grenade. Heat grenade. Okay. How do I equip these grenades? Sidley! Blanny Hussar! How are you? Playing a little bit of Marathon. I bought it last night for like 18 quid. I thought, oh, I used to be a massive Destiny fan. Oh my god. The original Destiny, I think I put like 3,000 hours into that game. Destiny 2, more or less the same or more. But I stopped playing it a few years ago when I just realised that the Bungie just got too greedy. Like, they expected you to buy, not only buy the game, they took a load of content away, like your main campaign. They just threw it out the window. But they expect you to buy the game, then they expect you to buy the season pass, then they expect you to buy the expansions, then they expect you to buy all the good loot. And I was just like, no, I'm not playing that game. I was just like, it's just ridiculous in the end. It's like, don't lock every, like, if there's nice armors in the game in Destiny 2, you should be able to earn them. Yes, I don't mind grinding to earn it, but don't make them paywall only and then expect people to pay the game, pay the season pass and pay for the expansions. That's just greed upon greed. Do one of the things. Make it a free-to-play game for everyone with free-to-play expansions and then charge people for like all the good loot like they do in Fortnite. If you want a nice skin, you pay for it. Or make the skins earnable in-game. Helldivers did it perfectly. You can grind and get everything, yeah, or pay and get it. Yeah, I don't mind that. If that's the way, go for it. Absolutely. Like, Fortnite, I'm fine with Fortnite's monetization policy. And like Warframe, I'm fine with their monetization policy. Warframe, you can buy a Warframe for like 50 quid. But you can also like endlessly grind, and after maybe 50 hours or so, you can grind out that shit. Am I gonna get out? Shit, there's an enemy down there. Oh, they all know. Oh my god. Seriously? Seriously? You're seriously gonna dump that many? That's not very fair for a new gamer. They just came out of space. Oh wait, you can't suck me through an object. Oh, I'm not going to survive yet. 7 seconds. That was disgusting. Like, I could see the enemy down the road. I didn't think it was fucking going to drop out the sky on my fucking head. Oh, that's sick, that is. I mean, yeah, okay, I'm still new to the game. Maybe I should expect the unexpected. Like I said, I've literally not watched a single video. The only thing I've ever seen is I've watched the Games Master play a little bit of it. That's the only time I've ever seen. And he loves this game, so I kind of trust his opinion as well. He's a good guy. Oh, you're back, you, David. Oh, you're in time for family-friendly Fortnite today, then. Which we will be raiding over. Oh, that reminds me. What have I got to press A to continue? I haven't even had a single run yet where I've won. I got close that time, okay. At least At least we found a way out. Oh, you're still at youth club. Well, shouldn't you be doing youth clubby things, not on a bloody stream watching me? Right, let me just find Mr. Rotella's family-friendly Fortnite. Is it on? Oh, I don't think he's put it up yet. Oh, yes he has. Yes he has. Fair play to the man. Copy that. Copy. Go to this. We'll get ready. I'm just getting the raid ready now, so I'm ready to raid over later. Paste. Return. Good stuff. Let's just keep an eye on this bit. Right, I know I got eliminated. You don't have to rub it in. Reputation 32 out of 300. Well, we earned some currency apparently. Right, what can I do here then? Can I put this on? Cyber and Acne available. Establish a link with a faction agent. Visit the factions. Wait there, no, I'm not ready yet. Why did Bungie make everything so confusing? It doesn't help for people who are like me, very logically minded. It's very artistic. I struggle to, like Destiny 2, I used to struggle sometimes with that fucking... I don't understand what's going on here. I know why they do it. They do it because it doesn't have a language barrier. Everything's so many little pictures and stuff. I understand that. Right, what's this about factions? I don't know anything about it. Upgrades available. Right, establish a link then. Hello world. Welcome to Cyber Acne, or whatever it's fucking called. Oh, Acme. Oh, am I supposed to... Oh, I never even realised I was supposed to click on this. I get a video. Look at this. Little video, look. Everything runs on Cyber Acme. Bit like Xbox then, is it? Xbox. Everything runs on Xbox. TV. Xbox TV. Watch TV on Xbox.
Welcome home, runner.
Who are you? Alright, my lovely. Love what you've done with the hair.
I'm Oni, your onboard navigational intelligence.
Well, I could have done with
Your
you about 3 matches
consciousness
ago because I don't know what the
and my neural
fuck
programming
I'm
are
doing.
inexorably interlinked. Think of me as a friend.
Oh,
One you don't yet
hello,
remember.
friend. Are you really a friend? I think you're going to dish me some point.
You may still be experiencing some memory degradation from the damage to your perception matrix.
I am definitely.
But worry not. Cyber Acme is here for you. I'm here for you. Per our arrangement, you've come to Tau Ceti to scavenge the ruins of a long-lost human colony. Now that we've successfully calibrated you to new Cascadia systems, our next step is connecting with factions who will pay for your services.
Oh, so why didn't it tell me to click on this fucking an hour ago? This is like explaining what the game's about now. Now I'm finding out what the game's about.
The Unified
Maybe
Earth
it's my
Space
fault.
Council
Maybe
is
I
equipped
didn't
with
look at things
advanced,
properly.
faster-than-light communications technology.
Faster than light? It's not possible. Einstein won't be happy with that.
Commandeer it, and I should be able to reverse engineer direct contact with faction representatives back home on Earth and Mars.
Maybe you're using quantum entanglement. Complete Oh, here we go. Right, let's read. Read, Glyn. Read. Wokko, read. Complete contracts to earn rewards and factions rep, whatever that is. You must activate a contract to earn progress. Okay. Activate either a priority contract or a SIAC guidance contract. Right. Where do I activate the contracts? Welcome to Tau Ceti, 1 of 2. This is Oni, your mandatory support AI, faster than life, communications are essential to work your Cyber Acme. Blah 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 blah. Activate. Okay. Oh, these are guidance skills. Oh, okay. I can choose one of these. Well, I better do the welcome, hadn't I? Okay. Next. Hover over the Okay, good. We're learning here. Helping runners in your crew complete. I don't care about runners. I don't care about crew. I'm going solo. We're going solo. Details buttons provide detailed information. Where's that? Where's detailed buttons? Oh, show story. SIAC guidance, essential skills, threat disposal and resource collection are essential to any successful run. Practice these skills to explore the new Cascadia. Story and rewards. This is your only mandatory. Oh, yeah, we've done that. Show objectives. Perimeter defeat UAC combat units, then scan F faction light array and any UAC radio towers in the region. Defeat 3 UAC in perimeter. Scan the whatever it's called, array. What did it say this is? Okay. See, look, it even knows I've got different accounts, look. It's got my Destiny account or my Bungie account. It's got my Steam account. Oh, it's actually listening to me as well. Unlock faction upgrades to improve your shells, expand your vault, and increase available offerings in the armory. Oh, select upgrades. Right, where are they at? Where's upgrades then? Where's upgrades? Oh, here. Upgrades. In the upgrades interface, you can unlock different improvements to enhance your preferred playstyle. Okay. Each faction has its own unique series of upgrades. Oh, right, this is sounds a little bit like, what's it called now? That, Rainbow Six, doesn't it? Factions and all that sort of thing. Is this just Rainbow Six in space? Is that what I've just paid 18 quid for? I'm going to be very disappointed if this is just Rainbow Six in space. Let's put something on here. No. Oh, you got to purchase stuff. Oh, I've got credits. Oh, loot speed. Okay. Fall resistance. What was this one? Vault size. Oh yeah, I got to have. Oh, I can't allowed it. I'm going to do some planting. Oh, okay. What are you planting? Are we growing? Grow some plants that your dad can feed to his animals. Oh, my R2O. Where are you, mate? I'm afraid my things aren't working today. Once again, my emojis aren't working. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. They like get on days and off days. How do I upgrade then? I suppose I better just buy some. Oh, loot speed. Yeah. Because that's been annoying me, that loot thing. Okay, we bought some loot speed. And we better buy some of this. It doesn't cost much, so why not? Well, that costs a lot. 5,000. What's this then? Oof, 1,500. Carrier. Unlocks enhanced backpacks for purchase. Items unlocked. Okay. What's this thing? Heat sink. Can't buy that. Okay. Free. Today's sponsors. Okay. How do I purchase the vault? I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh. Select shell. Oh, right, shell. Rook unlocked. Rook can only join run solo and comes pre-equipped with basic loadout. If you select Rook, any previously equipped gear will be sent back to your vault. Next. Solo only.
Rook online, ready to run.
Select armory. Where's my armory? Oh, here. Armory. You may earn commendations. By assisting crewmates. Okay, blah blah blah. Rook can also whatever. Oh shit. Okay. He's got a knife. Right, how do I go back to choosing Rook selected? Rook can only run solo and comes pre-equipped with basic loadout. What do I maybe move back to what? Okay. Right, there's all the things. Right, we're going to go with... But I'm not allowed to do a run. Contract's limited to runner shuttles, okay. Ineligible crew configuration. What does that mean? Rook cannot do what? Rook cannot deploy to perimeter. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why have you got to make everything so complicated, but I can't understand it? Can't we just have plain English in here? I still don't know what I'm pressing or anything. Like, start game. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. The factions loadout mean nothing to me at this minute. It says it's locked anyway. Contracts. Can't access anything. I'm not allowed to play the game. Why aren't I allowed to play the game? Locked. Ineligible. Let me play my game. Ready up. God for that. Slash. We got here. David, see it? Yeah, you go plant your cannabis plants or whatever it is you're planting. I don't know. What do they teach kids to grow nowadays? Right. Where are we going? The ravine. This is where I died last time. I think that's a... yeah. I learned something new about this gun. Take that. Take this, whatever that is. Sounds good. Oh. What is that anyway? Unstable lead. Okay. I got no idea where I'm going to. Oh, here.
Exfil here.
Oh no, I don't want to go exfiltrate yet, but we'll go to North Relay.
Alert.
Yeah, what's that? A sticky embryo. Lovely. What could go wrong with that? Requires a key. Okay. Oh, I bought stuff. So what you're saying is I can't go in there. Okay, great. Great start. Fabulous. Oh. Oh. They could have put some ray tracing in it. I mean, screen space. Oh my god. Okay. There's someone up there that's angry. Screen space reflections are so yesterday. What was that? Where was that? Why didn't I get a one shot in me? Rotella 1 2 3 2 1. Was that an AI or was that a real person? Looks like someone's glitching. Okay, well that's enough of that game, innit? Jesus. Well, that's a really fun game to play on your own, that is. Let's go over to the den. Oh, hi. Totally saw you there. Got CCTV. I wish I had CCTV in that bloody game. I would have seen when there was any. Oh, look, he's playing with his teammates. I'm watching him now. Right, we are about to go and raid Mr. Rotella. And hopefully he'll be ready to go any second now. He's not quite live at the minute. Where are you? Oh, yes, he is. He is live. Let's go over there. Boom. Raid has been confirmed. I am sending you down the tunnels. You shall pop out at Family Friendly Fortnite. Really fun stream with Mr. Rotella. I'm going to carry on playing a little bit more of this, trying to work out what the hell is going on in it. And we'll see you tomorrow for Assassin's Sunday. Assassin's Sunday. What time is that? It's in the afternoon. It's about 7 PM Eastern Standard Time. Something like that. No, it's earlier than that. 2 PM? I can't remember. I start at 2, so it means it's 10 AM Eastern Standard Time. Something like that. I can't remember. Sometimes I can't do the conversions. Right, anyway, whatever happens, I'm out of here. Cheers for everyone for jumping in. David, Arturo, Familiar Human, thank you. Sidley was in here. Ace was in here. Ace has gone off and boarded. Warhead Rex popped in. We had a great anyway. With the actual thing was really good. Right, anyway, let's go and see Mr. Rotella. The music video is just starting.
The blessings that we're writing.